Zeus, nigga beat it loud. Big Zeus. Go up to the gate at 1600 on the map. Off the beat of people's house, I make it like a trap. Marble floors and chandeliers, I'm balling through the wall. Power through the people, yeah, I gotta make that call. Traveling for the team, red and white and blue, that's me. Voices on the block, I'm breaking through, I got the keys. I'm in the lobby, yeah, I'm moving like an OG. Posted in the Oval Office in the executive suite. Signing for the fam, yeah, you know my game strong. Freedom is the banner, and I got my chains on. Secret Service watching snipers sitting on the roof. Truth is hitting hard, I bury you inside the booth. Founding father's vision, yeah, I'm flexing with this cash. Big pharma, big tech, turn these dreams to bag. I'm the voice of the hood, trying to come and storm the gates. Balance in my hand, but the system's overweight. They painted white, yeah, but the stains running deep. Promise they selling it, but you know it ain't coming cheap. Legends walk these rooms, Lincoln, MLK, now it's photo ops, power plays all day. I'm trapping for the vote. Big Zeus, it's the people's house. Big Zeus, powers in the air. Big Zeus, we knocking on the door. Big Zeus, we wanna hear your soul. Yeah, yeah. Who you think they asking for? They asking for that smoke. People on them players, yeah, y'all think this is a joke. Hey, take it back and rock the cold. 1600, got your soul. Put my hope. The wall is staring at me like I'm cold. Greatest story ever told. I will never ever fold. I'm trapping out the West Wing.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
All I need is a spark. Red phone ringing, but you don't know who is on my line. Got the Constitution jumping, yeah, you know I'm so divine. No stains on my kicks and the rally outside.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday.
Got the power, get it back. Money talk loud, time to clap. Fight for the keys, that's a fact.
Hope you all had a great weekend.
Bring it back in the people's house. Powers in the air. It's the people's house. We knocking on your door.
It's the people's house. We want to hear your soul. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. All right, we don't got all morning to do what we came to do, so you know what we got to do. Let's get started. All right, hold on one quick second. All right, let's get this show going.
Crossing river.
Yeah. I feel like I'm stuck in cycle. It's like I'm stuck in time. It's like a curse. And I can't escape it. It's like deja vu. It's me, Zeus. It's deja vu, but I'm running up the rest. I'm like the
Terminator 3 men. I'll be back.
It's deja vu.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
First class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish.
Let's go.
Sitting in my living room, screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you get your famous.
The algorithm turned into a maniac. Let's go.
It's me going viral 'cause my Zodiac.
I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie.
And if they listen to X, that mean they left me.
No.
They don't give me calls if they text me. I say it with my chest 'cause I'm winning. Got a lot of
There it goes, ladies and gentlemen. W. Ebony. Thank you. Here goes. Here goes Zeus hater.
I'll tell you what,
Uh-oh.
I've gone into Zeus's
Uh-oh.
house a couple of days. That shit was radical.
Snuggles.
It was horrible. I'm
Snuggles.
like, Zeus has gone way off.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
I'm gonna go off the rails today. I'm going off the rails today. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Thunderdome. Once again, we are. Yeah, I'm gonna. This is just a heads up. I do sense I'm going to be off the rails this morning, but it's necessary. So once again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are gathered here in the Thunderdome. I am your host. I am your pilot. Yours truly. All right, and you know exactly why we are here. We are once again gathered to save this great country of ours from the evil clutches of Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons out here who we all know are hell-bent on doing what? Trying to destroy this great country of ours. Yeah. And so the way that we do that is it's really an incredible thing that we do. We hold these people accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds, as well as their crimes. Their crimes against humanity. As far as I'm concerned, they're war crimes at this point. By holding conversations that, a lot of us feel are unnecessary, we really shouldn't have to say this kind of stuff, but we have to do it because we understand there's a dark, evil force out there. And it's it's dwelling amongst us. Yes, the hills have eyes, so to speak, right? And so what we do is we debunk MAGA and their conspiracies, right? In record time, and I bring a lot of information in to help make my point. All right, and so with that being stated, let's take care of some very important housekeeping items. For those of you, this might be your first time tuning in. I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, what? Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. It really is. The first H, it's because I'm honest. I am the most honest person on social media, hands down. There's nobody more honest than me. Listen, if I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize, all right? But here's the thing. Just because your feelings are hurt, it doesn't mean that I owe you an apology, all right? Most likely, and I've been doing this for 3.5 years, most likely it means you need to sit your special behind down and do what? Listen to this special broadcast, all right? All right, the second H, it's really because I'm humble. Listen, I understand people think apologizing is a sign of weakness. I don't think it's a sign of weakness. I actually understand it's a sign of strength. That's how I became to be, strong as I am, all right? Because I've learned over the years, you got to apologize when you're wrong, all right? So if you don't want to do any of that, if you don't want to apologize when you're wrong, this might not be a comfortable place for you, all right? Because we are very, very big on accountability around here, seriously, all right? And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, which is arguably one of the most important H's of them all. You can ask all of my critics and my detractors. They'll agree. It is because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. You see how I did that to you? You didn't see that coming, right? All right, now, like I was saying earlier, what we do is we're holding folks accountable for their lives and stuff like that. And so before I go any further, let me check in with the audience to get a quick temperature check. Do we have anybody out there that's still worshiping Donald Trump? Any Trump voters out there? Any Trump supporters out there? Hi, Rick. Good morning. Nice to see you. Good morning, Ange. Nice to see you. All right. Anybody out there brave enough to admit that they still support Donald Trump despite all? I don't know how you could, but I'm gonna see. I always like to do this because I don't want to get the live taken down. All right. I don't want people rushing. How do you go do that? They do on the app. They go, let me go right here and let me click on Zeus's page right now. And they go, this is what the Zeus haters do. Let me click on Zeus's profile right now, and I'm gonna click report right now because he's spewing a lot of hateful stuff, and I don't want to hear. You don't need to do that. No. You don't need to do all of that this morning. Go on about your miserable mornings. Yeah, get that. I won't care. You won't care. You'll be happy. All right? Because you can go hang out with those fake TikTok hosts out there. They will lie to you, and they will take your money. All right? They'll lie to you, and then they'll take your money, and then they'll say, now you come on back tomorrow. All right? There's more where that came from. All right? Because to them, you're nothing but a bunch of suckers and losers. But over here, no. We're going to tell the truth whether you like it or not, right? So if you are a weak person, right? Or the way that I like to say it, if you're MAGA, you might want to leave this live right now because I promise you it's going to get very, very uncomfortable for you. I promise you it will. And I have a lot of folks on the right that they say they like me. I hope you like me at the end of this show, all right? Because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable. But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Mm-hmm. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And with that, the doors to the Thunderdome, they've officially closed. Everyone pick up your shield. I don't take any responsibility for what others say on my platform. I try as much as I can to do it, but I just can't do it and hit my marks, all right? And so don't blame me for what someone else says. Just assume everyone has freedom of speech over here. Silly goose, no, I don't have anything nice right now to say towards Donald J. Trump right now, other than, you know what? Silly goose, maybe you can help me find something after this special broadcast, all right? So that's a W, Zeus. Now, and the reason I can't, silly goose, because you fell right into my first trap this morning, and I'm just going to try to get through as many of these topics as I can. The Supreme Court is considering whether Ghislaine Maxwell's petition, they're going to consider the petition to see if she could possibly, get out of jail, because what they're saying is the deal that Jeffrey Epstein struck, the sweetheart prosecution deal, they're trying to say that because of that, she should have never been prosecuted by the FBI. Biden's DOJ, right? Or, it started under Trump, but Biden's the one that actually got it. How many of you out there think Ghislaine Maxwell should be set free? Anyone out there thinks Ghislaine Maxwell? Because Donald Trump seems to think it. This is why I can't say anything positive right now. Because why would you, first of all, why would you even be in a photograph with her? Oh, Gregory Jones. Gregory Jones is in the chat right now. Gregory. So, ladies and gentlemen, everybody that says yes, we know deep down, if they could, they would have definitely gone to that island, which is sick. Gregory Jones, you're the most disgusting, heinous person I've seen and heard today. And you see, silly goose, this is why I can't say anything nice. So what I'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen, I got to go through my next topic, but what I'll do is this. Let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire. And this is for Gregory Jones and Donald Trump, too. And anyone on the Supreme Court and anyone in the audience right now that thinks Ghislaine Maxwell should be able to walk away free for her heinous crimes against children. Let me just be the first one to tell you. You are not Christians. You're a bunch of seditionists, treasonous traitors, and a bunch of hypocrites, scribes and Pharisees. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send them where they belong, straight to hell. I don't care.
Silence.
I don't care.
MAGA. Damon.
The reason I don't care about sending MAGA straight to hell is because I've tried to have a heart with these folks. W Little Hawk, what's up, bro? I really do try to have a heart with MAGA because I do believe there's some people who are innocently involved. They've been sucked into this world of misinformation and disinformation. And so I try to see if I can reach those folks. But once I can't reach you, no, I sleep well at night knowing that I've sent a lot of demons straight to hell. As far as I'm concerned, it's one less MAGA around here. Oh, don't tell me that's ugly for me to say that. No, I can say whatever I want to say, all right? I live in the United States of America, and look at this, get this, no strings attached. Now, the next thing that I wanted to bring up, MAGA, and you know the story, and I'm just going to go ahead. This is just me taking out the trash, because there's so many things I got to get through, and we don't have much time. This is just another example of me having to take out the trash. And you've all heard it, but I haven't sent this person straight to hell, so let's go ahead and do it. And this is personal. Why is this personal? Because this is happening in California. That's why this is personal. This is why this is personal. So this is the story about the MAGA dentist who thinks it's funny to make Democrats suffer. And they're living in California. This is a story about them. And I'm not going to go through all the details because I'm sure all of you have heard the story. But what I will do is get the lake of fire warmed up. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is just another example of why I say MAGA is the most dangerous thing in this country right now. MAGA is the most dangerous thing in this country right now. And they could try to spin it and say it's the Democrats, but listen to this.
Patients who don't... You've all heard the warnings. Be careful what you say, and especially what you post on social media, because it could come back to haunt you, even if you meant it as a joke.
Oh.
So I have a secret hat I use sometimes. It says, make your smile great again. So I wear that when I work with my patients.
Santa Clarita dentist Dr. Harleen Graywall of Skyline Smiles, a self-proclaimed MAGA dentist, is facing criticism after making comments about patients who don't share her political views.
So when they look horrified or complain, I quietly cut back on the laughing gas and say, you got this. It's not as bad as you think it is.
Online reaction has been swift. Some users say they've reported Dr. Graywall to the California Dental Board. Others are leaving reviews like this one. This doctor bragged on video that she treats patients differently based on their political views. This is not just unprofessional, it is unethical and scary.
Yeah.
I think America is it's a free country. It's free speech.
Dr. Graywall says she did nothing wrong and it was simply a joke she cracked at a Republican event 2 years ago.
Nobody's directly getting harmed from it. It's just I'm making a joke.
Oh, it's a joke.
We all make jokes.
Oh.
And I'm sure the Democrats get in a room and make jokes about Republicans too. It's
Ooh. The lack of accountability stinks, MAGA. Do you believe this is going on in America where she actually think it's funny to make Democrats suffer? And then I'm pretty sure this is another example of what I mean when I call Trump voters cry bullies. They will do stuff like that. This is clearly bullying, but then they'll cry when accountability comes, which is, hey man, maybe you shouldn't be allowed to practice being a dentist in the great blue state of California. Why should Democrats fund this? Why should we be subjected to this? You do that to your MAGA demons. You don't do that to innocent people that are just, you know how hard it is to go to a dentist, number one, and then to put your trust in the dentist, and then to see the dentist abusing the trust like this and saying, oh, I can do it because everyone else is doing it. Okay. Well, you know what, man? Guess what? You ever heard that saying, everyone jumps off a bridge, do you jump? Right? And you should know the answer is no, because you know what the outcome of that's going to be. But since you can't think for yourself, what I'll do is this, man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire for this Santa Clarita dentist who's nothing but an agent of the devil. Her father is the devil. She's a liar. Nothing good can be in her spirit right now. Not when you let the MAGA demon say stuff like that. Even after getting caught, she still didn't get it. She doubled down. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send her where she came from. Straight to hell! Taking out the trash.
Silence.
Taking out the trash.
MAGA demon.
All right, so that's another W, Zeus. See, MAGA, you want to know the trick, MAGA? I honestly don't even need to talk to you, all right, to do my show. I literally can just take all the content you all create and then do whatever I do because it's that easy to own you. I'm owning MAGA, by the way, and if you're getting triggered, MAGA, because I'm owning you without even having to interact with you, do me a huge favor.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Zeus, please. Please, Zeus, don't talk about this Mormon thing that just happened in Michigan, Zeus, please. Because I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to like what he has to say. And I'm going to lose it. You've already been getting on us, Zeus. This white-on-white violence. We tried to distract you with the black-on-black violence with the ICE, and that didn't get you off of our trail. Because you got, I'm like Wolverine and X-Men, right? Smelling like MAGA around here. Yeah. And I'll be honest. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you see this? I saw this last night. I woke up Sunday morning, right? I woke up Sunday morning and it was 2 incidences, all right? And I said, wow, a God like me can't even sleep without these MAGA demons being just so busy on a Saturday night going into Sunday. They can't even wait to get up, and demons working 24/7 demon time. But I'm going to go ahead and do it. And if you don't like what I have to say, but then guess what? Maybe we don't need to interact anymore. But I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's sick and it's disgusting that you so-called Christians, you so-called veterans, you so-called patriots keep getting caught like this. And y'all can't see it for what it is and get your heads out of Donald Trump's dirty, disgusting diaper. James, you would never, ever have the courage, honestly, to say what you just said directly to all of us here. So do me a huge favor, James, and sit your special behind down and keep listening to this special broadcast, because by the time I get done with you, James, that devil, that demon inside of you, it's going to really have you really acting up. I promise you it will, James. Yeah. Now, first thing I want to do is, when it happened, it was the one in Southport, North Carolina incident. You know who he was? Nicholas Edge, I think that was his name. Riding in a boat, going up to the coast, unloading on innocent folks. I knew it. White guy. Gotta be a white guy, because you know black folks ain't getting in the water doing nothing like that. We ain't doing it. Gotta be a white guy. Okay. Ching. Check. White guy. All right, great. All right, now let me go ahead and go back to bed, and then guess what? By the time I wake up, we got a church on fire. Oh, who did it? I said, let me go check J.D. Vance and Donald Trump. I'm waiting for them to say it's somebody from the radical left, right? Or Democrat, you know. But they was quiet, unusually quiet. And I said, now that's strange. Why y'all so quiet? MAGA? Why are you so quiet? And then guess who I heard this morning on TV, ladies and gentlemen? The devil herself. Let's go ahead and listen to Caroline Levitt.
Car into a packed church in Michigan, shooting at the worshipers and then setting the building on fire.
So at least 4 are dead in the attack, and law enforcement feared that the death toll could grow.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Levitt joins us now to react from the White House. Caroline, we all watched this in horror yesterday. Is there anything that you've been briefed with that could move this story forward to find out what the motive might have been?
Now, before we go into this,
first of all, I want to express...
Before we go into the motive, I want to make sure where I'm at in this investigation is we're all on the same page where this is at, where we're all at. This is the person they say did it. That's the suspect. That's what they call them, or as I like to refer to them, that's the domestic T. You know who he is, domestic T, right? And if you look at that shirt, right? You look at that shirt. What's his name? Let me get his name for the crowd, because I don't want to mess this up. But if you look at his shirt, what is his name? Oh yeah. No. I don't want him. Okay, here we go. What's his name? All right, yeah. Thomas Jacob Sanford. Check. All white names, in my opinion. If you look at his shirt, it says something about liberals cry again. So we know he's MAGA. What else do we got? Oh. That GMC Sierra right there definitely looks like the vehicle of choice for most MAGA demons. Radicalized white guys out here getting off on misinformation and disinformation. You can't say I'm lying, because this stuff actually happened. So you can't say I'm lying, MAGA. This is your boy. Now, what I would have loved to hear, all right, is I would have loved to have heard, and remember, your boy did this. Your boy burned down a church, a Mormon church. And after some extensive soul searching and deep diving, it's been brought to my attention that he did this. And this is why I was warning you about the dangers of trafficking and peddling and misinformation and disinformation. And you could go, don't take my word for it. Does anyone have any idea why he decided to go after the Mormon church? Does anyone have any idea? I'll give you a hint. Charlie Kirk. I'll give you a hint. Charlie Kirk, yep. See, the right, they have been led, and this is just my theory. These folks on the right who traffic and peddle in misinformation and disinformation, and they can't be honest with you when you ask them simple questions. Did Donald Trump win the 2020 election? No. All right. Was it stolen? No. Who's responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th? Donald Trump. They can't say that because their minds, reprobate minds, they're trafficking and peddling in misinformation and disinformation, so they don't know which way is up or which way is down. This guy, and I can see it, he believes the person that took out Kirk was affiliated with the church, the Mormon church, and is a leftist. You see how this all works? You see, this is the dangers of trafficking and peddling and misinformation and disinformation. You don't even know you're crazy. You ever seen Batman the Riddler? The Riddler thought he was so smart, but then in the end of the movie, you remember he was nuts, crazy, because you think you're intelligent because you're going on your AI, listening to Donald Trump, and you're stuck in that world. And you think people like me that ain't doing any of that stuff, you think we're the problem, but you don't even acknowledge you're taking your own people out. Donald Trump has done an excellent job convincing MAGA that the people that are doing these things to the country aren't MAGA. It's the Democrats when it's really them. Yeah. Now that I've given you that information, take a look at this demon again. And like I said, if you don't like me after this show, I would rather you not like me and to go on and deal with the truth that I just gave you than for us to pretend like we actually get along. All right? Because if you really are, if you really do love the truth, then no matter how hard this hurts you to come to grips with, you're going to say, thank you, Zeus, all right, for giving me the truth. So now that we kind of all know where I'm at on this, let's listen to Caroline Levitt break it down to us.
Our sincere condolences to the victims and their families and all of the members of this church who were gathering on a Sunday in the United States of America to worship Jesus Christ. And a crazed gunman rammed his truck into the church and started firing at these innocent Americans. And our hearts break. The president was very quick to put out a statement completely condemning this and assuring the American people that the FBI is on the scene. And I spoke with our FBI director, Kash Patel, bright and early this morning. He assured me and the American public that the FBI is currently executing multiple search warrants at the residences and the family homes of this perpetrator to try to get to the bottom of why he would commit such an act of evil. And the FBI is working.
You don't need the FBI, Caroline. And again, why haven't you said it's the radical left, Caroline? Why haven't you said it's the Democrats, Caroline? Why did you say the Democrats need to tone down their rhetoric, Caroline? You won't say it because you're starting to understand it's y'all that got your own base running around here attacking each other. And I've been telling you, Trump supporters, I honestly think when this is all, because no cult ends well. And this is another sign it's a cult. Jim Jones. You remember, how did that end? Y'all not thinking out there. I gave you the example. The guy from Texas. I don't want to be around Democrats anymore. I don't want to be woke. What did he do? He flew to Russia, gave Putin all his money, and Putin sent him to the front lines of the war, and now he's no longer alive. Yeah, he's not woke anymore. He's not around Democrats. While Donald Trump is flashing his jewelry on Truth Social yesterday, and this is all happening. Go look at his Truth Social. While this was happening, he's flashing all his jewelry. MAGA. Y'all can't see it. So if I got to be the person you don't like in order for you to see it, I'll continue to be that person. Because your problem isn't with me. I haven't done a doggone thing to you. And Caroline, she won't tell you what it is, but you can tell what it is because she won't say it's the Democrats. She won't say it's the radical left. She won't say it's Antifa for some strange reason.
Working with both state and local law enforcement, providing the full support of the federal government. And I just want to commend state and local law enforcement for their swift and incredible response. Local police officers were on the ground of this scene within minutes and neutralized this shooter, no doubt saving lives. And they should be commended. Our police officers are heroes, and this president will always respect them and support them.
They definitely were. They were there.
No, he won't. Donald Trump won't respect them or support them. He was a veteran too. Did you know that? And guess who's cutting the funding for our veterans? Donald Trump. Guess who's cutting the funding for mental health? Donald Trump. MAGA. And this is why y'all are acting out. This is why I say, this isn't even my battle. This is really, and the Bible talks about it, and I think it's in Ephesians, Takesha, you could go look it up. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against, spiritual powers and wicked in high places. Something along those lines. Don't quote me on it. Go look it up. This is evil, MAGA. Like Gavin Newsom says, Donald Trump is not a strong man. He's a weak man masquerading as strength. The W Zeus, all right? I don't like it. I don't like waking up every morning and seeing, or every day, and seeing stuff like this happening. And I know for sure none of this was happening like this under President Joe Biden, under Sleepy Joe. All right. None of this stuff was jumping off. All right. As much, and this is why I say you got to be careful what you wish for. And this is why I also say, the same thing that makes you laugh, it'll make you cry, MAGA. All right. And this is just another sign of the good Lord God trying to get your attention and telling y'all, stop worshiping Donald Trump. Stop pretending like you care about kids. And then I'll get into the other thing that I just did yesterday. I did a video about it, about y'all being in the closet. Yeah, I'm on to y'all. Okay, because I see what it is. And I don't don't trust the media. I'm not trusting the media. I'm looking at what I see. And I go, oh yeah, we got a serious problem in this country. And I'm not going to stop with, you know what? Let's go ahead and do the lake of fire for Caroline and all of these Trump supporters who continue to be radicalized by misinformation and disinformation and are taking each other out. While they're taking each other out, they're too ignorant to realize they're not taking the Democrats out. They're taking themselves out. And that's because Donald Trump has radicalized you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's warm the lake of fire up. And again, hate me all you want, MAGA. But I'm the one that's actually looking out for you, and I'm giving you the harsh truth. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending them where they belong, straight to hell! Yeah.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't got the doctor. Right? And I didn't show you this guy, but this is the suspect, ladies and gentlemen. This is the suspect, by the way. I got to send him to the lake of fire. This is the suspect that pulled up in a boat and unloaded into those innocent people in Southport, North Carolina. Yeah. Another suspect. Another T. You use boats? Wow. Pure evil. Super demonic. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm it up again, send this demon, Nicholas Edge. And guess what? He was a veteran too. Get that. This stuff, you can't make this stuff up. Somebody got to go to hell, and it's you.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
I'm not going to let up on you demons. Because you got to imagine, think about how much fear the country is in right now, because we got to worry about these radicalized white guys who support Donald Trump that got their heads so far up Donald Trump's butt, they can't even see what's up or down. This is some sick stuff you've gotten yourselves into. Now let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. I got another situation to do. Like I said, you're not gonna. I told you, Trump supporters.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Y'all know who this guy is? Does anyone know who this guy is? Another MAGA demon terrorizing the United States. If I'm lying, I will be the first one on this show to apologize about anything. If you think I am lying about anything, send me a guest request. I definitely want to stand corrected. All right? But if you can't prove that I'm lying, then why are you getting so triggered? You see, I do this show every day, and I do the same thing, give you the information. Ain't nothing, I don't gotta make this stuff up. I got a life to live, all right? So where am I gonna get the energy to make this kind of stuff up? MAGA? Something's wrong with you. I'm gonna go ahead and share with you who this guy is. His name's Joshua Cole of Anson, Texas. Let's see what Joshua did.
A Texas man has been arrested by the FBI, accused of threatening to commit a shooting at a Pride event. Court documents say this man, his name is Joshua Cole, made the threats on a social media post about an upcoming gay pride parade in the community of Abilene. He allegedly commented with a fake name saying the shooting would, quote, send a clear message and serve as payback for the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
According to Abilene police, Cole confessed to making those threats and owning a weapon, but says he did not intend to follow through.
Am I lying? Or am I telling the truth? He thinks he has to be a hero for Charlie Kirk because he believes what Donald Trump, Cash, J.D. Vance, he really does buy what they're telling him happened. He doesn't see that the Trump administration is profiting off of the hatred in this country. All right, Trump is counting up the gold. Don't worry about me. I'm getting money. And then he has MAGA out here losing their minds, throwing their lives away because he's tapped into that evil hatred they got locked away in their hearts. Yeah. So Joshua, since you didn't have the strength to tell the devil no, you got to go. Yeah, you got to go to jail. Yeah. Jail will do you some good, I'm pretty sure. And then if you don't get it right there, the next step, it's the ultimate MAGA reward. What's the ultimate MAGA reward? Jail. And if you don't get your soul right, hell. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up this lake of fire once again. Join me in sending Joshua Cole where he belongs. Hopefully this purifies your soul and gets you on the right path, champ. Join me in sending him where he belongs, straight to hell! Yeah.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
W's is. Now that's just MAGA men being caught doing things and wicked things. This is and violent, evil things that I would label T. But you know, and I did a video on my page. You could go look at it and double check me on it as well. Now we got to get into, you know, and this is from iHip News, and I did the video. And this has to do with the men in MAGA being in the closet and torturing the whole country because they just don't want to get out of the closet and tell their truth. So what we're going to do is help MAGA men understand. If you want to come out of the closet, start doing it. Live your truth like everybody else has to. All right? Don't be hiding and sneaking and geeking in the shadows and then coming up trying to pretend like you're all of a sudden some sort of saint. Because your sins, believe it or not, they will expose you. So what we'll do is this. I'm going to let these ladies explain it, and then I'm going to go ahead and take over, and then we're going to get into judgment.
A major closeted gay male problem. MAGA has a major closeted gay male problem. It is busting at the seams, you guys. And I think this is one of the reasons why they're acting so crazy. We all know Grindr exploded after Charlie Kirk's funeral. Everybody's up there praising Jesus and going out. And
it's always Charlie Kirk, huh? It's all Charlie Kirk. Woo!
Doing gay stuff at night. Same thing at the RNC. So Kylie, the producer of our show, has been doing some research, and she has some things to share with us. Kylie. Hi. Hi, Kylie.
Okay, so we've got a little slideshow.
Okay.
It's a few MAGA politicians and influencers who are anti-LGBTQIA+ that the internet report to be allegedly secretly gay. And today, the most important word is allegedly. So I did deep dives on 4 politicians on Reddit and on Twitter and went deep. And first, we're going to go with the Secretary of State.
Wow.
Marco Rubio.
Really?
Marco Rubio.
So.
Hi, there is Dr. Chad.
So we can't play the whole video. All right. But what I know is this. It looks suspicious.
Right. He wants to undo gay marriage. He wants to end LGBTQ+ protections.
Right.
He calls the gay marriage bill a stupid waste of time. On Reddit, I found this.
What?
Someone posts, you can't forget about Marco Rubio. He and a friend were arrested in the 90s for engaging in presumably illegal activities at Brickell Park after dark. All charges were eventually dropped. The park is cited as being a gay cruising area, and his friend that he was with, Angel Barrios, would later become involved in gay porn. This is an article on it. Marco Rubio's childhood friend tied to Miami's most infamous gay porn case. So he got caught cruising and he got arrested for this. I found the records.
I
heard this. I did not know.
This makes so much sense to me because Marco Rubio's about face, being on, a serious senator that knew that Russia was our adversary. And this goes for me.
I see MAGA is getting real triggered. Hey, where's Gregory at? Where's Tiny Tank Top Tim at? Yeah, he likes that tank top. I see why they wear the tank top up like that, cropped it up like that. Yeah, I'm catching what you're putting down. I'm so sorry I didn't pick up on it. Yeah, Snuggles. You see Snuggles makes his video with the glamour filter and stuff like that. Wild man. Yeah, always salivating when you're talking to Zeus. I'm like, okay, I told you I'm the most handsome, but listen, I am not available. All right? Conservative D, or as some like to say, crossdresser. And why not just live your truth? You would be so much happier. You would get so many more people to hang out with you. You would have a life, a relationship, and you would be so much happier than to be sitting out here miserable, crying about the Democrats. The Democrats don't care about MAGA like that. We only care about y'all when y'all get in our business. All right? And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go watch iHip News. And this one is called, Are These MAGA Politicians Secretly Gay Hypocrites? Ma'am, yes. Yes, in my opinion, they truly are. And it's not just them. It's a lot of these so-called content creators on TikTok, too. And we could get into that in a short order. But what I want to do is this. Another example is this GOP lawmaker with the username Joe Biden 69 screen name. He is to plead guilty for sharing child SA videos. Wow. So you see how they use the Democrats to justify what they do so they could try to get away with it on the back end? Let's go ahead and get him queued up and we'll go ahead and send him straight to hell.
Tomorrow, former Lexington County lawmaker R.J. May is expected to plead guilty in his child sex abuse materials case. Federal prosecutors say May will enter his plea tomorrow afternoon before U.S. District Judge Cameron Curry in Columbia. May has been representing himself and had previously maintained his innocence. He was facing 10 counts of distributing child sex abuse materials, but prosecutors plan to drop 5 of the charges in exchange for the guilty plea. May could face up to 20 years in prison for each count.
Boom, boom, boom. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, what we've done is we've covered a lot of territory. I've connected a lot of dots, right? Ghislaine Maxwell, Donald Trump, the churches that are being burned down in the name of Charlie Kirk, these people that are in the closet in the name of Charlie Kirk. And then you got this demon out here harming children, probably in the name of Charlie Kirk. And what do they all have in common? MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure that I ask you to join me in warming up this lake of fire once again. And you know what I'm going to have to start doing? I might just have to start dropping these folks when they start lying. Because right now, I just don't have it in me to keep dealing with the misinformation and disinformation, right? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these folks where they belong. Straight to hell!
Silence, you MAGA demon.
W. Zeus. All right, now, I don't got all morning, ladies and gentlemen, all right? And you know, speaking of that, if you're on YouTube, please remember to like and share this video, all right? Make sure you're following me, all right? But, yeah, I don't have all morning. I will be modifying the way that I do my show Monday through Wednesday, same regular show, but then, you know, Thursdays and Fridays, due to my changes in my, you know, workout schedule and things like that, it'll be a lot shorter of a show, but that means I got to start at around 6:30. I'm going to try to start at 6:30 a.m. on time, all right? W. Zeus. But now this is the part of the show where I begin to take interaction and feedback from those of you who are out there, all right? And, you know, it's been brought to my attention, especially amongst the mutuals. Listen, you got to quit getting Big Zeus in trouble. A lot of our mutuals, they're saying there's a lot of you that get up here and you monologue, all right? If you like to monologue, what I like to say is just go ahead and fire up this app on your own and, you know, go live. I don't mind joining you and helping you if that's what it takes, but we want to make sure we're giving everyone as much time to be heard as possible. Does that sound like a deal, ladies and gentlemen? because everybody wants to be heard, and I gotta try to make sure I'm not just bringing up the same folks. All right, and if you do get up here, remember it's showtime, baby. All right, get up here and do what you gotta do. And to those of you who are in the audience, listen. A lot of these people, they work very hard to bring what they bring. So if there's anything you can do to show them some love, you know what I say, do that too. All right, because what we're doing is, I would argue, very, very critical. Is very, very important. Thank you, Heaven. Yes, that's how you can find me on YouTube. It's very important what we're doing. A lot of us catch a lot of flack for this. All right. I mean, you just saw what I did, right? I delivered a very, very damning, blistering rebuke against MAGA, in particular the white men in MAGA, and you can only imagine the amount of hatred that generates out there. But I'm not alone, and so with that, there's a lot of hope that folks see it for what it is. Maybe my delivery wasn't what they preferred, what you preferred, but I hope you were listening for that kernel of truth out there, because if I could just save some folks out there from going out and doing what we're seeing happening in this country, then as far as I'm concerned, it's totally worth it, all right? So that's a W, Zeus. All right, so if you are a Trump voter, go ahead and place a 1 in the chat, and what I'll do is I'll bring you up, and if you believe that I've been lying about something, put it that way. If you believe that any of the content that I've just shared is lies, okay, bring it up and let's try to get to the bottom of it. All right, and get this, as harsh as I am when I deliver it, I'm generally very reasonable and very fair, but I ask you don't do anything that gets the live taken down. All right, that includes no cursing. All right, you don't need to do all the insults and stuff like that, because guess what, I'm the Rizzler. All right, I've done the work of trying to get this thing going. All you got to do is get up here and say what you got to say. I do reserve the right to bring up other guests that I think might know more than me. All right, that's just how I do. It's not dogpiling. But if I do bring you up, let's not do anything to get the live taken down, like start attacking the guests that I bring up. All right, because I can do that. I'm the executive over here. All right, but really challenge these people, all right, as much as you can mentally, to get out of the situation that they found themselves in. All right, because a lot of these Trump voters, in my opinion, they're scared. They don't want to deal with this. All right, so let's bring up the first guest, ladies and gentlemen. Kelton, welcome to the show. Why do I feel like I've spoken with you before?
I've dog walked you a few times, so I heard you.
Thank you. All right, thank you for the dog walking. All right,
yeah, I'd like to know why you're up here lying already this morning.
Okay, what did I lie about?
What proof do you have that Michigan man did it in the name of Charlie Kirk? Because that's what you claimed.
Well, I said, if you go and look at the evidence that's out there, right? He attacked.
What evidence do you have?
Did he? What kind of church did he attack? Was it a Mormon church, Kelton? This is just a yes or no.
Well, yes. What evidence do you have he did it in the name of Charlie Kirk, like you claimed?
What evidence do I have? Well, wasn't the suspect in the Kirk thing affiliated with the Mormon church too?
You think that's evidence?
Yeah.
What evidence do you have,
Kelton,
that this man did it in the name of Charlie Kirk, like you claimed?
Kelton, I just gave it to you.
That's absolutely weak evidence, and you know that.
Okay.
You know that. That's why you're fidgeting around right now, because I just called you out on it. You have no evidence that man did it.
Kelton,
you're up here lying to your people.
Okay.
Why would you lie to your people like that in the name of Charlie Kirk?
Do you want an answer, or are you just going to keep just rambling?
Bro, you've been rambling for 30 minutes.
Okay, so here's my evidence. He fits the description.
That's profiling.
Yeah, and I can do that. Okay.
Sure you can.
And until you give me concrete evidence, Kelton, that justifies why these white guys keep running around here pew-pewing people, what else do I got? But because I'm not going to go down this path with you and say that this guy is a radicalized Democrat.
You gave me no evidence that he did that in the name of Charlie Kirk. That's embarrassing for you.
I just did. Look at this guy.
What, because he's white? Because he's white?
Look at that. What is his shirt? What does his shirt say, Kelton? Liberals cry again. Liberals cry again. So
hold on, man.
So
wait a minute.
Kelton,
you're not going to do that.
Kelton,
you have no proof. Admit you have no proof.
I do. I gave it to you.
You admit you have no proof.
I said it.
What? What's the proof?
That's I said in the connections. Well, then you don't have to accept
it. Because it's a Mormon church.
Kelton,
and the
you don't
boy
have
who supposedly shot him was Mormon?
Kelton, you don't have to accept it then. right? Because here's the thing about you, Kelton.
Man, you up here just lie for no reason.
I could give you another situation.
You just want to fit your narrative so bad, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, because I know you don't care
so
about
admit
facts.
you have no proof.
No, I'm not going to do that.
What's
I just
your
told
proof
you.
Tell me again what your proof is.
Kelton, I'm going to warm up the lake of fire if you don't move on. All right.
Tell me again what your proof is.
Okay.
I'm gonna nail you down on this because you're lying.
Okay, let me go ahead. I'm going to mute you so I can say it. We have a white male who's clearly MAGA. All right. And we know that the narratives that Donald Trump and his administration has been pushing about the Kirk suspect was that he was tied to the left. And we also know he's Mormon, right? So this guy right here who has mental issues, he believed in his mind that the Mormon church was behind Kirk.
What's your proof of
what
that?
he decided
What
to
is
do,
your
Kelton,
proof what he
Kelton,
believed?
I'm gonna mute you.
No.
I'm gonna
lying,
mute you.
man.
Okay, if I gotta drop you, bro, then I will. But you want me to get through my point? Let me get through my point.
It's
all
not
right.
a point. It's no proof.
Okay. All right.
Hold on. So let me get this straight. Zeus, let me get this straight. So your
if
proof
you could just
is
see
that
it,
you believe
if
what
you
he
could
thinks.
see it, if you
know
could
what he thinks,
see
Zeus?
it, you can't
Zeus,
see it.
You know what he thinks.
Yeah.
Your proof. You just said your proof.
I just said I know what he thinks. I just said I know what he thinks.
How do you know what he thinks?
Because I see the pattern.
Come
it's
on, man.
It's the same thing.
How ignorant are you, bro? You're so eager.
Ignorant enough.
You're so eager to tell your followers.
Ignorant enough to not follow Donald Trump. All right, now keep going.
Right.
I'm so ignorant I don't follow. I'm so ignorant I don't follow Trump.
Right. You voted for Kamala, right?
Kamala.
How
ignorant do you got to be to vote for somebody that's friends with Epstein, bro? See, you don't want to make this about character. You don't want to make this about character. You don't want to make this about character, bro.
Because I'm nailing you down on this right now. That's why you're pivoting.
No,
you have no proof that guy did it in the name of Charlie Kirk.
Well, prove me wrong, Kelton.
It's not it. You're the one that made the claim. You know how this works.
You can't prove me.
This works.
So, Kelton, this has been a
you
great.
You know how this works.
This has been a great exchange, but I think you're laughing. He's laughing because he knows that I'm right.
I nailed you down on it, and you know it. You have no proof. Okay. You made that claim,
and I stand by it. And I stand by it. He's a demon.
Right. What's your proof?
And I stand by it, Kelton.
What's your proof?
Kelton, I got to move on, bro, okay? Because
I know. I nailed you down.
Okay, and what I'll do
is embarrassing for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Kelton.
Yeah, it's embarrassing for you.
Yeah, all right. All right, thank you, Kelton. See, that's a man right there. That's a white guy right there, Kelton. He sounds like he's white. I don't know. He doesn't want to see what we all see. There's a pattern. Hey, Kelton, remember Donald Trump said this?
Open borders.
Remember he said this?
With people pouring in.
Hold on.
Some of whom, I won't get into it, but you can look at them and you can say, could be trouble.
Right.
Could be trouble.
And so I didn't create the rules, baby. I just play by them. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I can literally look at this guy and see he could be trouble. Where do I want to start? Look at the way he's wearing. Look at what he's wearing. What grown man wears that? Somebody that's clearly out of a rabbit mind. And like I said, Kelton, and you could go cry as much as you want, but I'm going to make sure you go cry to everyone else and you tell them what I said. Zeus said that this suspect, he did this because he was trying to, in his mind, retaliate for what happened to Kirk. All right. And he's not the only suspect, Kelton. I played another example. All right. Joshua Cole from Texas. These people really think that the enemy is who Donald Trump said it was. And Kelton, what's even sadder is instead of owning your violence, owning the hatred that Donald Trump is spewing, you would turn around and try to question Big Zeus and claim that I'm ignorant. How are you going to say I'm ignorant, bro, when I didn't even vote for Donald Trump? I don't believe any of his lies. I don't send him a dime, Kelton. You do, though. You are a friend. You support a guy that's right out here giving Ghislaine Maxwell a nice place to stay for her crime that she committed against children. Kelton, you're out here watching Donald Trump cut the funding to this guy, the veteran funding. Kelton, how ignorant are you that you can't see that these guys that are running around terrorizing the country, they're not the Democrats, they're not the radical left. It's people like you, Kelton. So you go on back to doing what you're doing, all right? And go tell your friends your dog walked Big Zeus. But in the meantime and in between time, what I'll do is this. I'm going to tell my friends something different. Ladies and gentlemen, I just sent Kelton right back to the dark cave, the dark demonic place he came from. Where is that? Hell! Bye, Kelton.
Silence!
Yeah.
You
I knew it.
MAGA baby!
I knew it. Hey, Kelton, you fell right into my trap. If we were playing a game of basketball, Kelton, you literally went for the pump fake, right? I knew you were going to come up here, and people like you were going to come up here and try to defend this guy. Think about what you just did this morning, Kelton. You got on TikTok and tried to defend the person that unalived innocent children at a church, Kelton. How ignorant are you? You would rather do that instead of owning up to the fact that this is one of Donald Trump's supporters and that he may have been radicalized by Donald Trump's rhetoric, Kelton. Like I said, I'm going to continue to pray for you, Kelton. I hope you start to wake up and see what I said, all right? And understand, like, there's people who come back to my show and then they'll go, oh, you know what, Zeus? I thought you were wrong. 3 months later, they come back. Oh, man, you were right. Val was right. Shane was right. Yeah, because it takes about 3 months for the seeds that we're planting to start growing and bearing fruit. But we don't, this stuff writes itself. And if you all are paying attention, watch. These people are going to wake up, and some of them, they might not make it back. All right, who do I got next? Carlos, welcome. Who do I have next? Carlos, welcome. I'm looking at the time. I want to make sure I get through as many folks as I can. Good morning, Carlos. Can I talk to you real quick? Going once, going twice. Carlos, good morning. Yes, I can. Good morning. How are you?
Fine. I just want to say something real quick.
Are you a Trump supporter?
No way.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, get it out real quick. Let's go.
I just want to say real quick how funny this guy says you have no proof, but as soon as Charlie Kirk was on the live, Trump went on the media and said he was a radical left.
Thank you, Carlos. Ladies and gentlemen. And isn't that funny, right? They don't need proof when it's their boy, but when it's not their boy, then they need proof and stuff like that, right? And that's the hypocrisy of MAGA, right? They don't, and to be honest, Carlos, do you think they care about proof? Because we could give them proof that Donald Trump is a criminal, right?
Oh, they're blind, they're deaf. There's no integrity in them.
No integrity, and that's a great word. And that's a great word, Carlos. Well, listen, buddy, thank you for coming up and saying that. All right, I'm going to try to move it along. All right, but thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Have a nice day.
Yeah. See, ladies and gentlemen, you see how Carlos got in here and got out and said what he needed to say? That's how different. It's not that easy to expose you hypocrites for what you are. You're all a bunch of liars. You're not going to convince me at all. All right, that these things that are now starting to happen as a result of Trump being in office, they're not connected. I see it. And if you don't want to buy it, then you got to get up here with some real good evidence and make it all make sense to me. All right, make it all make sense to me. Who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? All right, who do we got? Let's see, who do we got? All right, what I'll do is I'll bring up my good friend Shay. Welcome. All right, yeah. And you see, this is where I want MAGA. I don't really want to talk to you now that I think about it, because you don't got anything of value to contribute other than lies. Hey, good morning, Shay.
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
My goodness, what a day. I'll be quick. I agree.
Okay.
I definitely know we need to keep things quicker than we're doing.
So you had a great weekend, though, right?
We tried. Yeah, had a good weekend, actually. Celebrated a friend's birthday, and I've got my birthday coming up on Friday. And
we got to celebrate that. All right.
Yes, we got to rock it out as usual.
Let's go.
So
Let's go.
It's all
Thank
good.
you.
But I sent that thing to you about Jake Tapper did this kind of like this thing that Trump posted and has taken down. Of course, I don't know how many times he's going to put something up on Truth Social that's ridiculous and a big lie, and then has to take it down.
Yeah.
President of the United States. I don't remember Sleepy Joe Biden doing that.
No. You're talking about the med beds, and that's tied to QAnon, right?
Exactly. The med beds, QAnon, AI video that the president of the United States decided to put on his Lie Social. I don't understand, Kelton. People like you that get up here and say, oh, I've got you on Zeus because he may or may not have been inspired by CK. But yet you're in no way going to call out Trump by putting up a AI fake video about med beds because he knows that if they shut down the government, it has to do with our insurance, right?
Yeah.
Our medical insurance.
Yeah.
The ACA. It has to do with health care.
Amen.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's the big thing that the left is always pushing, and something that he promised in his first term, that he was going to have this new health care program. Yeah. That he was going to get rid of the ACA and put something else up instead of it, right? Replace and what was it called?
Yeah.
Something in replacement.
He said he had concepts, remember?
Yes, concepts. And so he never did. He said every 2 weeks, right?
Trump care.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Gonna have Trump care. Yeah,
well, what he's giving his base right now is what I call Trump care, which is concepts, right? And this is why they're struggling. You know, that medbed thing, I thought about it, Shay, and I think he did it because I'm looking it up. Chinese made bone glue. Have you heard about this?
I did.
Yeah. So I think he did this bed thing because he's sitting there watching China just eat our lunch.
Boy.
Right? And he's like, what do we have to compete with China and the bone glue? Right? Nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he's defunding all of the research, right? He has nothing. So now he has to resort to AI. Huh.
Right? I mean, I sit there and go, and it was a fake Fox interview with Lord Trump. I mean, he even brought in his daughter-in-law as a fake AI video, supposedly uncovering this. I just don't. And now his granddaughter is grifting.
Yeah, Kelton. Say something about that.
Yeah, she's selling merch, her own merch. Kai Trump merch. This is Don Jr.'s oldest daughter, right? The little golfer and stuff.
Yeah.
So she makes TikToks and stuff, and she's always at the White House. Which, I mean, her TikToks are kind of cute. I mean, I'll give it to her. Her grandfather is the president of the United States, so I don't have an issue with that. Yeah. But what I do have an issue with is now you're grifting with the White House, and the White House is in the background selling your merch.
Mm-hmm.
You guys would have flipped a lid. I mean, the reason we point this stuff out is because all we heard while Biden was president was, the Biden crime family, and supposedly all these secret companies, and supposedly 20 million here, and Burisma, and all.
Yeah.
You guys are just flipping your lid about the hiding of the laptop, and but you're not calling out the grifting of the Trump family at all.
Yeah, and that's why, Shay, I gotta say thank you, because you've never wavered when it came time to be brutally honest with these folks, all right? And we're not going to let them guilt trip us into believing that we are responsible for what's going on. Doesn't Donald Trump control all three branches?
He does, and that's the thing. If this government shutdown happens, it's on the Republicans. They have absolute control of everything. Yeah. It's on Trump. And the last time he was in office, he shut down the government for 30 days.
Yep.
That means the military doesn't get paid. That means anybody who works for the federal government doesn't get paid. That means all kinds of stuff. This is not a good day. That's why they don't shut down the government, but yet Trump thinks it's okay.
Yeah. Because he thinks he's going to
set it up. Yep.
He thinks that the whole country is going to buy that it's the Democrats' fault.
Yeah.
But I'm going to plant the flag down now. Boom. No, it's not our fault. We're not in control. It's his fault. Remember, he is supposedly the master negotiator. Remember, he was supposedly going to end those conflicts. Remember these conflicts that are breaking out, and he ended 7 wars, but he can't keep the government open.
Can't keep the
MAGA can't see this. And so we got to make sure they see it, whether they want to agree with it or not.
So Kelton, if you're going to sit up here and you're going to do your thing, like you think you've got you, get up here and really show us that you can call out Trump. Yeah. And you can call out the grifting, and you can call out the lies and the fake AIs, the truth socials he has to take down because they're lies and they're dangerous. This is the stuff I want to see you call out. I don't care whether this guy was inspired by CK or not.
Yeah.
He obviously is a MAGA guy, because only you guys are the only ones driving around with these big American flags in the back of your pickup trucks. I live in Texas. I see it all the time. Yeah. The minute I saw the back of that truck, I didn't even need to see that dumb shirt he's wearing.
Yeah. And
exactly, he's MAGA. Yes, it's MAGA. It's the same trucks that chased down the Biden-Harris, or I think it was just the Biden, the Biden-Harris bus.
And then they put Biden, remember they put Biden on the back of their truck and tied up and stuff like that? Yeah. They think we forget about this stuff.
Right. No, we don't.
No, MAGA.
We keep it real clear. There were 4 mass shootings this weekend. 4.
Wow.
One at a gay club, one off the boats of something, one in Arizona. I think that might have been that. I can't even keep track. The one in Michigan, this one.
And what we're gonna and we're every single one of them. We're gonna remind them that they are the ones that did that to themselves.
That's right. And I'm gonna end it here. But y'all look this up. But I swear, it feels like every time Trump's in office, there's some massive unalivings going on or massive protesting going on, some kind of riot, whether it's January 6th, whether it's all the stuff that happened with George Floyd because he didn't handle that correctly and there was no response from the Republicans to help that out and for the President of the United States. He's not in there quelling anything, and that's why these things happen. And he sparks the flames at all times. So just kind of notice that. You guys could do your own research on that. Yeah. But I swear, every time he's in office is all we see.
Thank you.
All right. Love you guys.
W, Shay.
Everybody have a fabulous day.
All right. Look at that. We're getting in and out. All right. You're welcome. Thank you. And always for bringing new content. I appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my beautiful friend Shay. All right. And so, Kelton, don't run from us. Interact with us in the comment section. I want to see you holding on to that demon while we're cooking you, bro, the whole show. Kelton doesn't like it. And again, I say it, but somebody has to start, and I'm not just the only one. We're going to continue to beat the drum. What's the dangerous thing in this country right now? White MAGA men who believe Donald Trump lies. All right. And if I get into trouble for saying that and it saves someone's life, it just might be worth it. Let's go on to the next panelist, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't got all money all morning. Oh, my gosh. Good morning, Ange. Welcome to the show. Beautiful, Ange. How are you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. You're
okay. It's not saying I was connected, but real quick, I don't know if Kelton's still in here, but, you know, it looks like he thinks he's a basketball player or something. Yeah, he went in for the layup and you stuffed him. So, Kelton, go
get out of here with that.
Get that crap out of here. Go sit back down on the bench where you belong.
Thank you.
And real quick, I want to get off topic a little quick. Today is my daughter's birthday. So I just want a little shout out to her for her birthday.
Oh, tell her we said happy birthday.
I wanted to say real quick too, I was in Attacking's Live over the weekend and I lost my second account. I just barely got this one back, but it said they took me down for misinformation. And you want to know what I was doing?
What is that?
I was reading one of Donald Trump's lies over on Lie Social. I was only reading what he had posted, and I got taken down for misinformation.
Wow. And I know, and you know who I think did it, and I'm not going to mention their names, but I would imagine they're very furry and angry and miserable, and they all have been happily married for 32 years. You said we timed it. Oh my gosh. WN. We all here to lie.
Well, I definitely won't stay up long because they're still coming for me.
Oh, is this the backup account right here?
No, I just barely got the main. The backup is now that one's off for a week. Oh, okay. So another thing I want to ask the MAGA people, how is going around indicting James Comey, and now it looks like he's putting his sights on Christopher Wray. How is that helping you with your grocery bill? How is that putting food on your table? This is what I need to know right now. How in the heck are those things actually helping you? That's not helping you at all. He has not done one darn thing for you. All he's doing, he's on his little revenge tour. Mm-hmm. He said he was going to do this. He told you guys he was going to do this, and you didn't listen.
Boom.
And one last thing, he's on Lie Social this morning, and all he's doing is talking about NFL kickoffs and talking about putting tariffs on movies if Governor Newsom doesn't start. I don't know. No more movies made out of USA, or they're going to get tariffs on them. I didn't even know that was a thing. But that's all I got. I'm going to move it along so you can get to the next people. But thank you so much.
Yeah. I saw a comment just flash. Trump is the worst president, and I totally, emphatically, 110% agree. There's nobody in their right mind that loves themselves and loves their country that honestly believes that Donald Trump is a great president or even a great person. And what really grinds my gears is I see these Trump voters in my live, and you could just ask them, is what he just said acceptable? Is it okay? If Ivanka wasn't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. Is that acceptable? well, what about Biden and grabbing the legs? No. I'm not asking you about. I'm telling you, could you just look at Donald Trump and see him for who he is? I can't look at him. Oh, I know. I gotta. Oh, Joe Biden did this to me. He shouldn't have. Oh, okay. So you can't do that. Yeah. Okay. So what that tells me is this: there's something going on up here psychologically. BetterHelp.com, and what's going to end up happening is this: you're going to go out smoking, going where? Straight to hell. W Zeus. A lot of y'all. And especially the MAGA women in particular. How could you actually look at your children in the eye? I was listening to this person. You look at your children and you see your children trying to go off and do better than you. And the hatred you have in your heart, you won't allow your kids to even learn? You don't want your kids to go and become great because in your mind, you believe education is a weapon the Democrats engineered. While you're sitting around here benefiting off of all the wonderful inventions that came from black people and Democrats and blue states and stuff like that. It's the sickest thing. And what it tells me is you are all vassals of transgression. So no, I do not apologize. No, I won't apologize for any of the statements that I've said. But if they're wrong, then you know what? I will apologize. But in the meantime and in between time, you better come with the evidence to prove that I'm wrong, right? And I want to say this because I see folks are getting triggered.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want.
Yeah.
Don't come back. It's okay too.
Right.
But if you're not happy, you can leave.
There you go. Good morning, attacking.
Good morning. Within minutes of Charlie Kirk, the right's blaming the Democrats. Within minutes of the church that children were unalived, the right is blaming the Democrats.
This part.
With this recent activity, the right is not even saying a word.
Quiet.
They're not saying nothing. But the day it happened, do you know that there are people putting up the cities of unalivings that happened by people in the LGBTQ community? Oh. Seven states. They could have put up this guy's face. But no, what they did is they took all the states, the seven unalivings, the mass shootings by somebody in the trans community. They posted that on their page as they're talking about this. Well, they really were talking about it. They were just talking about shootings done by people on the left. But they didn't say anything about this person, this MAGA supporter.
You see how I had, what was his name? Kelton. He got up here, excuse me, and he spent the whole opportunity that he had to talk to me and you and all these people in here. Yeah. He spent it going after me instead of actually showing that he was concerned about maybe the victims of this incident, right? Or actually acknowledging that this person is part of his cult.
We have never blamed a side when something like this happens. We have never said, look, it's somebody on the right doing this. Yes. No, we wait for information to come out and then we hold the person accountable. They're the ones who want to try to use mental issues and say that they're transgenders causing unalivings. They forget about the 195 unalivings by straight white men. Okay, this guy, a straight white man, a Trump supporter man, a veteran man, okay, somebody that they're not talking about. And then Donald Trump, did he say he was on the right? He was a MAGA nut? No, he didn't say anything about it. Did he? He didn't say a darn thing about it. I mean, Donald Trump within minutes said it was the left when Charlie Kirk was. I mean, how many more audios, how many more videos, how many more posts do we have to show that Donald Trump is creating this division between us and them, red and blue, Dems and Republicans. How many more do we have to show? He's the one creating this division and hate.
Yep.
Now putting military and more National Guard in areas where they say, we don't need this. You're causing issues.
Yeah.
He's the one's causing this extra fighting going on. People in the streets. What's wrong with you guys? What is really wrong with you guys? You get mad at Zeus, you get mad at me for giving you information. We cannot change you. We cannot change you. You have to change you. You have to take what Zeus is telling you right now. You have to go look it up. And you have to come back later and say, Zeus, you lied. Or, Zeus, you were right.
Yeah.
Or attacking, you lied.
Yep.
Or attacking, you were right.
Yep.
You get mad at us for calling you out to be liars, hypocrites, unethical, immoral people. Then what do? Listen to this one, Zeus.
Uh-oh.
They say that Charlie Kirk should not have been unalive because of the words that he said.
Correct.
You shouldn't have violence just because of what you say or think.
Yeah, they said that.
But yet, Zeus, you and I have been getting threats for being beat up by these people because of the things that we say.
Yeah. And they don't think we see their hypocrisy.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
We see it. We're going, you don't believe in cancel culture, but you're on the phone calling up your, oh, they said this and that about Charlie Kirk. Wait a second.
Or you get taken down as soon as you start, or I get taken down, or like Angela said, she comes in my broadcast. Now, I know that TikTok is really weird. I put up a video on one of my pages. They knocked it down. They didn't let it post. Put up a video up on the same video on another page. They didn't let it go up. I put the video up on a third page. It went up. Yeah. I mean, TikTok isn't even consistent with what they do or won't allow to be posted. Okay, so while it's a shame that Angela was taken down, and I looked at all of my accounts. I was going to give her a couple of my accounts.
Yeah.
But I've got so much personal information in there, I can't scrub it.
Yeah.
You know, but I was going to help them out and give her some of my accounts where she can log in, because I don't care if they take any of my accounts down. But you guys, the thing is this. If we figure out that you guys are targeting, we got more people. We can gather a lot of people and go back to you and start targeting you and taking you guys down. Don't you? We can get people together. Not that we're going to, but if you guys want to consistently do that, we have more people that we can gather and go to your broadcasts, and we can start getting you taken down, misinformation.
But I say don't do it. I just
do
say this.
too. I do too.
If you don't like a platform, scroll out.
Exactly.
What the heck?
Exactly. And by the way, Zeus, when I first logged on, you were making a comment about not being able to hold people accountable for what they say in your broadcast.
Yeah.
Were people making comments to you about something?
No, I just say that because it's been said before, so I try to address as many of those qualifier, those warning statements, so to speak, before I go in.
I heard that Jamlin Lou tried to play my comment about him.
Oh, that did occur. That has occurred before. Remember?
Right. Yeah, but they did it again in Missy's broadcast or something like that.
Oh, really?
So anyway.
Oh, wait, I was in that one. Yeah, he did.
So the thing is this. I made another video. I said, Jamlin, thank you very much. I said, but the thing is this. Make sure if you're going to play something that I said, make sure it's accurate, because I never said that. I said that because, in my opinion, you being a veteran who took an oath, you are catering to a democratic terrorist. Yeah. And you're supposed to protect the Constitution and the United States from all domestic and foreign terrorists.
Right.
So you're going against. And I said that you, as a veteran, should be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law within that system. And if it happens to be that you can have 5 years or up to life in prison, or the utmost issue is losing your life.
Yeah, we get that. We don't need to go there, though. That's what I say, because they take it as more than what it is, right? And they're sensitive. They're sensitive. They're snowflakes, and they're not strong people. I really do believe what these ladies that I played, I Hip News, a lot of them are in the closet attacking, and when they start snowflaking and stuff like that, you just got to go, okay, it's not what I'm saying. It's the fact that you're out of control. You're not living your truth. And this is what a lot of these people on TikTok, they're not living their truth. And what we do is hit them with it.
And I keep saying the same thing. If you're so emotionally sensitive that you can't take teasing or being called out as being a liar or hypocrite, then get off the app.
That part. All right, brother.
All right.
Now I got to move it on, ladies and gentlemen.
Be good. Everybody be safe. Thank you very much.
W attacking, no lies detected. All right, let's see. All right, moving along, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move it along. All right, you see, I'm trying to get through as many as I can. Good morning, Baron. How are you doing? Welcome to the show. Going once, maybe you accidentally Good morning, Baron. How can I help you? Accident? Baron, are you there? Baron didn't know how he got up in my box. Don't worry, Baron. I got you. Don't worry. Let's see. Thank you. Mr. Scorpion, good morning. How can I help you? Going once. Mr. Scorpion, are you there?
Hey, Zeus.
Yes. How can I help you?
I was just congratulating you on your page. I like your page. That's all.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, brother. All right. What part of the country are you in?
Oh, the ATL.
Okay, ATL.
Okay. I hit you by mistake. I normally listen, period, but I was driving and I was simply hit the button by mistake. But I want to truly say keep doing what you're doing, and you got a loyal follower right here.
Okay, all right, thank you. But let me ask you a quick question before you get up out of here.
Sure, go ahead.
Do you feel like I'm spreading anything bad out here by saying what I'm saying?
No, you just got people that really just wants to continuously not pay attention to what the hell is going on. So that's why I say keep doing what you're doing, because you got some people that just don't. You ever heard of that expression of that lead that horse to the water but can't make him drink it?
True. That's what it is?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, I don't want to keep you
too
much.
Again, thanks a lot, and keep doing what you're doing, sir.
All right, W Scorpion, ladies and gentlemen. No lies detected. See, ladies and gentlemen, as you all can see, it doesn't take long to just get up here and do what I do. If you got the information, the information speaks for itself. All I got to do is just make sure you're actually able to get access to it. All right. Let's move it along. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see, who do we got next? Oh my God. I think we might be able to get. Oh, hello. Who is this? Oh, okay. Don't worry. I got you. Don't worry. That sounds great, but not over here. W Zeus. Thank you. Carolyn. Good morning. Good morning, Carolyn. How are you? Going once, going twice. Good morning, Carolyn. How are you?
On Friday, we learned that DNA evidence identified a new suspect.
Yeah, Carolyn, I got you. All right, yeah, DNA evidence. All right, I don't know what you're watching, but it ain't what I'm talking. All right, let's move it along. Good morning. Yeah, we're cooking and booking. Good morning, Siren. Good morning. Nice to meet you. Hopefully this patches through and it's not. Good morning, Siren. How are you? Am I pronouncing that right?
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, panicking. Okay, don't worry, I got you. All right, run, I got you. Let's go. Who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? Nikki.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm all right. Can I help you? How can I help you?
Yes, I'm trying to figure out why they so hard on the trans community.
Oh, MAGA.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't speak for them because I'm not in there. I'm not in that cult. But what ideas do you think might be out there about why they are so? And I like that you use the word hard. All right.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Trans really mind their business, and it's 1% of the community. Mm-hmm. I don't get why it has to be a terrorist group or. I noticed a lot of trans that make it bad for other trans.
Yeah.
But why do you, go so hard on a group that you hardly see in public and that mind their business and really don't bother anybody? Like, what's the problem? Do you think it's something within themselves?
Because, for instance, I know a guy on TikTok. His name is Wildman69. Now, What does 69 mean where you're from?
It's definitely explicit.
But if you talk to him, he will swear up and down he loves Donald Trump. So what I'm learning is these folks are perhaps doing stuff in the dark. And you know the good book says what's done in the dark will come to the light. They don't want it to come out what they're doing. And so what you're watching is a lot of folks out here having spiritual warfare, totally conflicted. That is Wild Man 69.
Right.
The 69 means freaky.
Freaky, right? And it's like y'all going too hard to even put a terrorist group to make trans a terrorist group. That's horrible. That's going too far. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can't wait to midterms so we can get these people up out of here.
Thank you.
I know they're doing a lot of gerrymandering and stuff to try to cheat, to keep themselves in, but I can't wait till the day in 2028 can come so.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, listen, Nikki, it was a breath of fresh air to hear from you. What part of the country are you in, if you don't mind?
Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, Florida. Wow, shout out to Florida.
It was nice talking to you.
All right, you too, and stay safe out there. And I hope we can get one of the MAGA men to come up here and explain why they are so obsessed. Why they're so obsessed with what's going on in the LGBTQ plus community. I mean, if you're not frequenting those communities, I'm not quite sure why that's even bothering you. And it just totally, it really does blow my mind that this is the thing they're so worked up about. But when you heard what those ladies were saying and you start thinking maybe these folks are in the closet, then it makes perfect sense. All right, let's keep on moving things along. No, conservative Democrat, you definitely are. All right, because Val told me what CD stands for, cross-dresser. All right, good morning, straight facts.
What's going on? How y'all doing, Kingdom? Now, this weekend, you guys, was my granddaughter's birthday, so I was kind of out of the loop a little bit. But this morning when I did my live, my beautiful family and followers put me up on some information about, it looks like, Zeus, that we got people eating themselves, like there are these grapers and these people. So apparently, let me make sure, I want to just make sure I have this straight. So apparently, the guy that ran into the church with his car, you have the picture behind you.
That's him. Yeah, that's his truck.
Because, he's a MAGA. Let's not get that. Because when they gave the description and they didn't say what he was, we knew right away what he was. That the omission isn't enough for us. We know exactly what time it is when they omit the race of the person.
Correct. Yeah.
But apparently they're mad because they think that the Mormon church has something to do with unaliving CK.
Oh, you mean you on the same type of time I'm on? Let's go. Oh, Kelton. Go ahead, please break it down.
Yes, Zeus. So apparently that's what's going on. They are, and guess what, black people? All we got to do is sit back and get us some more popcorn and chill right on out and watch them, because we did the absolute right thing. We stayed out of it because it's not about us. See, the thing about it is this. They're diabolical in their messaging. And I'm talking about white people, just period. Yeah, they'll sit back and tell you to turn the other cheek while they do no such thing. They'll sit back and they'll say that we're lazy while they went and got us to pick cotton for them. You know what I'm saying? They want us to wait
gaslighters
alive in order to live in luxury while they live in luxury right now. They want us to believe that there is no racism. See, this is the sentence that I gave earlier today. See, white people believe that when nobody is looking, that white people will do the right thing. And we know that's not the truth because we had to come out with civil rights legislation. So we know that. We know that they did a racism in our face clearly because they picked the least qualified white man over a black woman. And the only thing that they can say is that they don't like her laugh.
Oh,
they don't like the way.
Ain't that something?
And then they say that she appears to be intoxicated when their president couldn't actually even pronounce acetaminophen. So we know
Yeah, she ain't lying. She is not. We watched Donald Trump struggle to read. How embarrassing is that?
How embarrassing. So we as Black people, I think that we are aware that the message that they're getting out there is this. The same thing with Charlie Kirk when he sits up and he says that NBA players, we can't, I don't know if you heard this one. He goes to these colleges and talks to young adults whose frontal lobe hasn't actually matured enough, right?
Yeah.
And he was 30 some odd years old. And this is the main one that got me when I listened to this video. He was saying that NBA players, and if you say this to young adults, it makes sense to them on the surface until they actually get enough lived experience. So what he says to these young people is this, you guys. Hey, if the NBA decided to start drafting white T-men, the NBA would go down because we know that Black men are better athletes than white men. So it's the same thing when it comes to business. And if you're not have enough experience to understand that, what he's trying to say in essence is that Black men can jump, but they can't think.
Oh.
Okay? Oh. We know that is an absolute lie. We know that if we go out and we the simple fact that we started off as enslaved in this country, and now we are actually not only beating them, but we are moving or doing as well as them, or moving past them. That's why they're mad with us. It's not about they think we're the laziest, because if that was the case, then why did they go pick us to pick their cotton? You should have picked your own cotton.
Amen. And you made me think about, what was his name? Garrett Morgan, the Black man that invented the stoplight, right?
Exactly.
The Black man invented the stoplight, and you got these MAGA demons out here. They can't come to grips with that. They just can't give Black folks their credit for making their lives easier. And I can list a lot more. I can give you the so all the things Black folks have invented, but they minds, like you said, straight, they convinced we lazy.
Well, that's what makes them feel better about themselves. See, you have to make yourself believe that you're better than other people to believe the lie that you are the most superior. When we're looking at you clearly and know that you're not. They try to make us think again. We're gonna go back to that sentence. They are trying to tell us that when nobody is looking, that white people will do the right thing, and we know that's not true. They're trying to say that we don't need affirmative action, we don't need DEIA, we don't need any of those things to help Black people, because when nobody is looking, they'll do the right thing, as they simultaneously throw out our applications because the names on the applications have too ethnic sounding names. You guys can miss us with this brainwashing that you've been running around here doing for years. We're not falling for it. But remember that we're talking about the rapture?
I remember.
Remember the rapture?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like the rapture actually did start that day, because the rapture is them eating themselves.
Okay, I got it. W straight X. And you can't really they can't blame you for saying these things, right? Because you got evidence to support what we're saying, right?
That's correct. That's absolutely correct. Because listen, it started with the Constitution for me. Because it's clear as day, it says we the people, and they didn't mean Black people not one bit. It also started with Civil War. If they didn't think that the Civil War was about owning other people, why did they lie about it for so long? Why? It is the ability to try to change what we're thinking, to try to mislead us. And Black people, y'all stop allowing them to mislead you. You have a phone in your hand. Look up this misinformation that they're spreading. If it doesn't sound right, then it's not. Look it up. Everything T ain't right T. Understand?
Amen. W straight facts. All right, sis, I gotta move it along. All right.
Well, I'm gonna get on out of here, and I thank you so much for having me up. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all day. Remember, separated we're ants, together we're giants. Y'all don't let them separate us. Have a good day, Zeus.
Amen. Love you so much. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, and I love it when Straight Facts gets up here and gives out that DEI training because MAGA doesn't appreciate it. But MAGA, listen up, and I'll be honest with you. You want to know where the Riz is coming from? If you want to know why, the delivery is so strong, because when you look at all the things that black people have invented and contributed to this great country of ours, you start to walk around with your head up, not down, right? And this is why, Rick, this is why MAGA can't stand Big Zeus. Because I don't walk around with my head down. No, I understood. And I say, I'm only here because I'm standing on the shoulders of giants, people who came before me and they've done things. So when you get in my box and you start being disrespectful, I go, why would you disrespect me like that? All right. When you've seen what my ancestors have done, why do you feel you can get up here with your honorary selves and get up here and disrespect me and all these other folks as if you've done something great? Where's your greatness coming from? Right? And that's why I say I gotta be humble, because I really do think a lot of you Trump voters out there, y'all don't understand how far off you are from reality. All right? When you see me, you see light, and you can't perceive it. I get it. You can't perceive the light you're seeing when you see me, because you're going, is this really an act, or is he really like this? Because you've never seen anybody like this. You've never felt this energy before. And you're going, what? And you just can't come to grips with the fact is, perhaps it's not Zeus, it's you. Perhaps you've been basically living in a very dark place for a long time, and you don't got any real experience underneath your belt to bounce a lot of this stuff off. And that's what's happening. You're being manipulated. Perhaps it's you, Kelton. I'm going to be on Kelton like white on rice. Yeah. Because, oh my gosh, W. Kabira! Thank you. And thank you. I got to say, shout out to all the guests that get up here and bombard MAGA with these different realities that exist in the United States, because this is why they're ignorant. They've probably never traveled, right? They don't got that big of a group of people that they call friends or family, maybe. And these people are just living in these very isolated pockets. And so the stuff we're doing and saying, it's like I said, the darkness cannot comprehend the light right now. And they're struggling. But I do believe that eventually, I do believe it, right, W. Ange, all right? I do believe that with more light penetrating the darkness, we're going to get to where we need to get to as a country. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's see. Yeah. Good morning, Lipton. Good morning, Lipton. Are you there? Going once, going twice? Lipton, are you there? Well, going once. Oh, are you there, Lipton? No. All right. Lipton got up out of here. All right. Fair enough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move it along. All right. We almost got about 10 minutes left, and then I got to go. Bars, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, hey. How can I help you?
Man, Zeus, I've been watching you for a while. I really appreciate what you're doing. Thank you for spreading actual factuals, you know what I mean?
Okay, appreciate it, because I like to be actual factual, to be honest with you. And that was a great way of labeling it. So what part of the country are you from, champ?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, shout out to Las Vegas, ladies and gentlemen. So, is there anything in particular that you wanted to say? Because, I've covered a lot of things. I don't expect you to always remember what I'm saying. Is there anything that you want to say?
Actually, there is.
Okay.
So, this is to pretty much anybody. I got a question to ask. And I would love your intellect on this.
Oh, that's a beautiful word. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
So, how come anything like this situation that just happened yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
You see that truck, right?
Sure do.
How come they got on TV and said it was a leftist? Why are we trying to wage civil war? What is going on? What is up with the division? What is up with the separation? Is this what y'all really want? We're living in a time where everyone has a gun in their house. And MAGA really thinks
pew. We gotta say pew pew.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We live in a time where pew pews are very, very, very readily available to any and just about everybody. I know plenty felons with them. I know just about everybody.
You can make them.
Yep.
3D.
You know what I mean? You can 3D print them. We living in a different time. This is not the 1900s when they did it the first time. This can be ugly and people are not realizing it. Like I've seen videos where there's a couple of videos I've seen where there's literally people jumping on and begging Donald Trump to call for civil war.
I saw that video, yeah.
I've seen several.
And you and I can speak for myself. I condemn violence of all types, right?
All types.
Yeah. But to your point, you are highlighting just how this is like a tinderbox. Right?
Yes. And you put one spark in there and what happens?
What we're seeing happening, right? Which is why I was bringing up these incidences that involve MAGA, from that, the Charlie Kirk thing to the church burning down to the boat pulling up in Southport, North Carolina, and
I just found out about that this morning.
Yeah, the ICE being attacked, and I said there was a poll that came out, and they said the people in the country, when Trump got into office, they perceived ICE as a neutral federal agency, right? I mean, these people working, it was neutral. Now they have like a polling of like -14, right?
Yeah.
And who did that? Donald Trump.
You know who said it best? I don't know if y'all follow Adam Mockler, anybody that's in this.
Oh, I know of him. I know about it. Yes.
He said it best just last night.
What did he say?
He was on an interview and they were asking him, where did all this political violence come from? And he literally said the day Donald Trump got interested in politics. And then he threw out the stats from the time before. He threw out like 10 years prior to, and then he threw out since he's been in office. Ever since he took interest in politics, it's been an uptick, and it's only one reason I can think of. It would be the same person that loses his best friend and then jumps on stage and wages war.
Right? Because you heard Charlie Kirk's wife say, "I forgive him." And then right after that, he waged war.
Yeah. And so did Stephen Miller. That was disgusting.
Yeah.
And I mean, Stephen Miller has an ugly history. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm talking about since middle school, he's been a complete racist.
This asking conservative Democrat in my audience, Trump voter. He says, how?
How?
Yeah. If you don't mind, and if you got a little time, could you enlighten him? You don't got to be long-winded. You could just say it the way it is. All right.
What is he asking? How about?
How is Stephen Miller an ugly person with a longer history?
Have you not seen the videos of this man literally saying that black people are scum? Literally saying that any immigrant, his family is an immigrant. He's a descendant of immigrants. But all immigrants should be gone. He was talking about. Hold on. He commented on. I think it was Nancy Mace that said it was 6 million Latinos here, and they wanted to feed them all to alligators and alligator Alcatraz, and he was the first one to comment on it.
Yeah.
Tell me he's not racist.
Yeah. And we're not even going to debate it.
We're not going to talk. We're not going to talk about the ICE situation because that is disgusting.
Yeah,
that is him hating himself because he is a descendant of immigrants.
Wow.
Come on, man! You got to open a book. Y'all all got a phone in your face right now. Amen. Why don't you go to freaking Google?
Amen.
Open up Wikipedia, open up Google, look at the actual factuals and stop listening to all these right-wing media, social, whatever. Stop.
Yeah.
Do your own research. It's not hard.
Yeah.
You're sitting up listening to me right now. Yeah. You can be on Google doing your own research so you can see exactly where the evils are coming from. And it ain't the left.
Nope. We want to give them free health care.
Come on now.
We want them to be educated. You know what I'm saying? We want them to have a better quality of life.
Come on now, tell them.
Yeah.
Say it louder for the folks in the back. Say it louder for the dummies in the back.
We want to help you.
And y'all want to ruin the country. Y'all want to wage civil war, not realizing that we outnumber you. Come on, you're dumb.
And I can tell you don't even like to say that word, right?
No.
But where we're at now, it's
I have to see it.
Dang.
You got to call a spade at some point.
Man.
You have to call a spade at some point. Honestly, you know what? To any of y'all MAGA folks out there, and I hope it offends you.
Yeah.
You know this whole No Child Left Behind thing that Bush did?
Yeah, I remember
He didn't leave y'all behind. He left y'all for dead.
Oh. That's sad. That's sad, but true. Well, listen, Bars. Listen, bro. I appreciate you coming up here. All right, because that's what I call cooking and booking for real. All right, and come on back because they need that. They need to hear that truth. Because when I say it, you know, they say it's just Zeus being Zeus. But when they see other folks out here like yourself, you and I don't coordinate offline at all. But you get up here and you say what you say. They know it's real, and they do know it. All right, so W Bars dropping them bars on us. All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right, I appreciate you. All right, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, as you can all see, it's been a... Yeah, I had to give them... these folks don't got any answers for us. They don't got nothing but hatred to offer this country. That's where I'm at with MAGA. You don't have any solutions other than hatred, and it's disgusting. It's evil. It's vile. And when the history books are, written, you really are going to have to act like this never happened as much as you can. I believe a lot of you Trump supporters, when this is all started to get, worked on and addressed, you're going to deny you even supported Trump. When it's all said and done, you're going to start running around here and acting like you are an independent. I never voted for, because you know what's going on right now is pure evil. All right, moving along, ladies and gentlemen. I got to move it on. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. All right. Good morning. All right. Yeah, we got a little bit more time. All right. Good morning, Tabitha. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Yeah. How are
I'm
you
okay.
doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Just another day in the kingdom. We covered a lot of things. I don't know what you've kept up with, but is there anything in particular that you wanted to get out here to the people?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to agree with you on the fact that once the history books write themselves, these people are going to be denying that they supported this man. These triple Trumpers are going to deny it.
Yeah.
Like, we see you, the internet's forever. You can't deny it. But I wanted to see if you saw what happened at the Ryder Cup and how embarrassing that was.
I saw bits and pieces. Are you talking about the guys that trolled them, or?
It was so embarrassing for the United States.
Tell them.
It was so embarrassing. Yeah. So, there was some issues with funding with the Ryder Cup. So Trump, gave some money. And so that means he attended, and all his MAGA sycophants came and attended as well. They had face paint. They were in their MAGA hats. There was people dressed in like blow up Eagle uniforms. This is a golf match. Okay. Wow. First of all, how embarrassing is that? They threw drinks at Rory McIlroy's wife, who was, playing for the UN.
Get out of here. They did all this?
They did. Oh my gosh. It was embarrassing. And golf is a very quiet, it's not a rowdy sport.
Do you have any do you know about the Grindr status? How did Grindr hang out? Did the Grindr app stay lit? Did it go down during that time? Because I got questions.
I don't know. I don't have any updates. I don't have any. But when mass MAGA gets together, Grindr crashes every single time.
Ain't that? Yeah. What do you honestly think about that? Because I was playing a video and I hit news, and they're saying a lot of these MAGA men. CD, for instance, in my comment section, conservative Democrat, but I think his name really means cross-dresser. Is this something that you can sense or maybe speak to about why they are afraid to just live their truth, perhaps?
Yeah, I think the world would be a much better place if they would just accept who they are. They will do anything but go to therapy and accept who they are. Like, you will unalive children in schools before you will go to therapy. It's insane. But I have been saying forever, like, the loudest ones who are against the LGBTQIA plus population, They are closeted. And I believe that with my full chest. I've believed it for years. I mean, we know the accusations against Lindsey Graham. We can see the grinder crashes at the DNC. We can see the grinder crashes at CK's memorial.
Yeah.
You know, we know that they are closeted. Just be who you are and leave us alone.
Yeah, because we're actually trying to help them.
And you know what drives
able to
me
live their
crazy?
truth. What's that?
It drives me crazy that we're out here fighting for their rights, for their freedoms, and they are so against us and villainize us every single day. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Me too. Me too. And this is why I say to myself, are they even aware that we know, like you just said, we know what the issue is with these folks. Like you named them, Mike Pence, Lindsey Graham, Scott Bessent, and Donald Trump. Because he plays that song YMCA and he does this thing. And I'm like, oh.
Listen, you see how he looks at those athletes. Come on. Every time. You saw how he looked at everybody at that soccer match. He was licking his chops.
Tim Scott, they be salivating and stuff like that. They put the little hints in their username. I read the story earlier. This guy, his username, Joe Biden 69, doing the most ungodly things.
Yeah,
the jig is up.
Against children. And that's another thing, is every single one of these P3DOs are conservative Christian men in positions of power. Look what just happened in South Carolina. The judge who tried to humanize that monster Dylan Roof was just arrested for child essay material in South Carolina.
You got to be kidding me.
No, he was just, I think every single case that he resided over needs to be retried and re-looked at because he is a predator protecting predators.
I'm just disgusted, Tabitha. I really am. It's getting so annoying. It's getting, every time they want to blame the left, Democrats or someone else for it, we come back and find out it's 10 times worse with them. It's true, Takesha. Wow.
Yeah, it's insane. He's in prison right now, or he's in jail right now, waiting on sentencing. But yeah, I mean, it's always, the call is coming from inside the house of them. There's a reason why they are working so hard to not have this, discharge petition signed, so much so that they will not swear in the newest member of the House.
Wow. Oh, from the woman from Arizona, they won't do it because they don't want to release those Epstein files.
Yeah, they don't want that 218 signature on the discharge petition.
They would rather watch the country go down in flames.
Mm-hmm.
They would rather see churches being burned down.
By their own, without a peep, not a peep, about what happened in North Carolina, the guy on the boat, about the church, about what happened on Bourbon Street, nothing, not a peep.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not going to be gaslit. I made a decision this weekend because, you know me, I try to be very nice and fair, and I'm pretty much a nice person in general, so it's not difficult. But I just came to the point where I'm just like, I just refuse to be gaslit at this point and start to believe in narratives that are trying to basically profit off of the hate. I call it profiting off of hatred, right? I don't know if there's a term for it, but that's what MAGA is all about, profiting off of hatred.
It's all they have. They don't have real policy. This man has every part of the government. He's got a Supreme Court that's stacked, that's just doing whatever he wants. He's got the House, he's got the Senate, and yet they can't pass legislation. Yeah. MAGA doesn't understand. All these EOs, they don't mean shit or anything. I'm so sorry.
I got you.
They don't mean anything. All these EOs that they're putting out, they're nothing. I mean, that doesn't mean red states aren't capitulating to it, but at the end of the day, he can't pass real legislation.
Yeah. He can't. He can't because he doesn't care about it. All he cares about is, in my opinion, those gold watches and the gold inside the Oval Office that he showed while the world was burning. He's like, hey, I know a bunch of kids probably lost their life in that church up there, but I don't care about that. All I want y'all to see is all this gold.
Look at this 24 karat gold that I put in. It's so tacky.
Yeah. Well, see, and this is why I say to the Trump supporters that are listening right now, if you believe that we are lying, just send us a request and prove that we're lying. But we don't got time to hem and haw with you. All right? Because we know you can't handle the truth. Well, all right, Tabitha, listen, I got to run, but as always, Thank you for coming on up here, ladies and gentlemen. Please show Tabitha some love. Are you going live today? You're going live?
Yeah, we'll be live tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All righty then. Well, listen, hopefully we'll get to check in with you, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you give Tabitha a huge round of applause. Follow her and check out their lives. All right. Great lives, great shows, as always.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, Zeus.
Will do. You too. Oh my God. Bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen up. Big Zeus has to get up out of here. I want to give all of you a huge round of applause, all right? But I also got to remind you, yes, Thursdays and Fridays, the show will only be an hour, which means I'm probably, because I'm going to try to start at 6:30. I'm going to go, instead of 6:45, I'm going to start at 6:30, try to get out at around 7:30. Or maybe 7:45. It depends on how things go. But I'll limit my monologue, and it'll be the same amount that I do with the normal show, but it'll just be smaller, and then leave the time open so that the guests can come up. All right? And that'll just only be on Thursdays and Fridays because Big Zeus has to change his workout plan, all right? Because you know what? Somebody has to be handsome around here. Somebody has to be handsome around here. All right? But again, I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you who tuned in this morning because you could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here. Lady Boss! Varsity Squad, yeah, you could have been anywhere, but you chose to hang out with me and go through the painful conversations that we go through. This show is definitely entertaining, engaging, and definitely educational. All right, but I also got to give one last round of, you guessed it, booze and shame. And this goes specifically out to the MAGA men out there who are still afraid to get in the box and prove they're men by acknowledging that they've been duped by Donald Trump and apologizing for leading this country down this war path, this path of destruction that involves innocent children being harmed, innocent children being harmed. And you're doing it in the name of Christianity. And you don't mind doing that as long as you can point at Big Zeus and say, Zeus, you're an evil and disgusting person. Why? Because you spread hate. What have I said that's hateful? You said this about Donald Trump. You said that about this person. Okay, so how's that hateful when it's actually factual? It's actual factual. Well, it didn't make me feel good. It hurt my feelings. Okay. All right, fair enough. Yeah, you do me a favor and go straight to hell!
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Take care and stay safe out there in these TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. his truck into a church. Wow. Wow. Wow.
That's right.
Hope the victims are all right. Just, wow, yeah, just now. I gotta get out of here. This is too much. In Michigan. Praying for the family. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. I gotta do
it. Silence, you MAGA Daily.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, let's see how this goes and pans out. But again, ladies and gentlemen, take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. All right, we are out of here. Yes, man drives car through barricade at church shooting scene. All right, so yeah, we'll see what this is about. Take care. We are